Good morning, y'all. It's early in the morning here, and I felt like showing the first signature of our journal because we are done with the first signature. On the first page here, we have the pocket that we made, the picture, let's see, the picture that we put inside the material, the lace around it or ribbon, whichever you want to put, our pocket, and then fill it with cute ephemera. I think this is going to need gluing down a little more. Let me try this. Oh, because it's on that packing tape. I see. Anyway, there we go. I'll check that later, and if that, what do you call this, glue stick won't work, then I'll put some regular tape. I already need my trusty rag. Not even past the first page yet. And then on this page, we have a flower held in with a brad, and we put the dedication part. Just in case you're going to give your journal to somebody, you can dedicate it to them. And then on the second page, I glued this little butterfly on to cover up that brad. And I've sewed, before I put the pages together, I sewed lace down some of the pages. So it would have this cute edge here. And then this is the rice paper pocket that we made out of Mod Podge in a napkin. And then I stamped the little notebook. This is one that has just a piece of material across the top, just some copy paper. And you can make cute little notebooks. Okay, and on the next page, this is the big pocket that we made. And I put a flower in the middle of mine. You could stamp it. You could put whatever you want in it. And just put a little bookmark in there. It's the whole length of the page, so it's a really long pocket. And then left a blank pages for them to write on. I did glue some tickets up here. I just stamped them, distressed the edges, and stuck them up there. After I get through making everything for a signature, I go back through and I'll stamp it or add a flower or put little details wherever I think something's missing. And I like to put things that stick out of the top, so that the top looks like it has cute stuff in it. Okay, and then there's just a cutout I put on there. You can cut out anything, put it on a page. And then this is, remember the envelopes that we made? This is that envelope, and I put some cute little journaling tags in there. And then just paper clipped it to a blank page so they can take that off and have writing space here and writing space here. And then put their secrets inside the envelope. This is just blank pages with a piece of Feel Good in the middle of them. This is some cute netting. I put it in the signature along with the papers. And this page is that textile page that we made that has all different kinds of little laces and pieces of material. This is one of the pages that you don't necessarily write on. It's just cute. And this is the one I chose to put in here. I think it looks good, nice and pink. And then this is just a long piece of paper that's kind of like rice paper that I had stuck inside the signature. And then I just glued up the edges and made a little pocket out of it. And put some little journaling cards in there. And then the next page, we've just made a lot for this journal. The next page is the folded page that we made with the washi tape. And you can unfold it that way. And then they can write on all of these lines here. If the back of it is plain paper, that would be good for them to write on. You just use washi tape to stick the pages together. And then I stuck a little Brad up here in the corner. Just thought that was cute. And then this is our triple pocket that we made. And it has 1, 2, 3 pockets. Sometimes, well, no, it's not a good idea to leave the back open. Anyway, I put my tallest ones at the back. And then my next one towards the front. And then I have something else here. Let me see. Oh, here's a cute one. That's pretty. I have a little pretty journaling tag I can stick right out the front there. There. And then I have a music page here that I included when I was making the journal. And there's the back of it. And a piece of seed paper. You can get this off Amazon real cheap. And then on this page, wait, do I have 2 of these? I do. I'm going to have to take one out. I just have it paper clipped in. So now I'm going to find something to do with this page. I think in the next video, I'm going to show you how to make the classic journaling page. And I'm going to get that and stick that in here. And then in this one, here's the bow that we made. So pretty. And then another writing page. And then here's the middle. We have our sunset page. I'm going to get 2 little charms and hook them to these strings right here. The strings that we use to tie our journal together. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to get 2 cute little charms. And since this is kind of a yoga boho book, I'll make sure my charms are like yoga and boho charms. But we painted one side of our page a sunset, and then we glued pieces of paper on our other side for a sunset. Didn't that turn out so cute? And then on this page, I left these blank for writing. I just glued a little heart on here. You can use all different kinds of things. You could put a flower there, a button. You could just stamp it. Just when you have blank pages, if you want to just add a little something to the edges, you can. That's fine. You remember that heart that we made? A puzzle heart? I love this puzzle heart. And then I just glued it on 3 sides to make a pocket out of it. And then I have some boho journaling tags in here. What's this one? Oh, isn't that pretty? That's a pretty journaling card. Got little lines on it. That's a Graphics 45 card. And then more journaling pages, the other side of that seed paper, the other side of the music. And then on here, I just glued a little piece of ribbon to stick out the top. And then this little butterfly I have, I glued that on there. You can just use your imagination. Then here's the other side of that folded paper. The rice paper, I just put a little hummingbird. Look, his little beak is sticking out of the card. Isn't that cute? And then remember we made the page with the 3 pieces of paper on it. Just distressed the edges and glued those on. And then I put a stamp of a bird. I mean, I just think this bird is just so cute. Isn't he so cute? And then just put more journaling cards in here they can write on the back of. Then here's the other piece of that woven paper. And another journaling page. I might stamp this or I think I'll put a button on this page. Put a stamp of a bee over on that side. And then here's that jar that we made. So what I did extra to the jar, I glued some vellum type flowers up at the top. And then put a stamp of flowers down there. And then put a little bitty ladybug. Isn't it so cute? I got a whole pack of those off Amazon. Anyway, so I made kind of like a vase out of that page. And then more journaling pages, my echo dyed paper. Journaling page. I just think that's such a pretty page, how it's already made like that. And then our waterfall at the back. I put it on a piece of cardstock. I just thought it would hold it better. And then they can write on the back of their waterfall. And there's so many different ways to make these waterfalls, but they're very, very simple, much easier than they look. And then this is one of the first things we made. I glued a piece of cardstock and flour to the front. You can cut it out any shape that you want. And it is actually a 12 by 12 piece of paper that you just cut out how you want to. And then distress it, fold it into thirds, and then glue all these little pockets in it. Didn't that turn out good? I just think it turned out so good. And then tie it up. And stick it in that back pocket, because this back pocket's very heavy and will hold it very easily. Anyway, I'm always very aware of heavy things going on cardstock or in cardstock pockets, and then light things going, oh, that's cardstock, light things going on the paper pages. That way it just won't tear it or rip it or damage the pocket when you're turning the page. So I just have that one page left to decorate. Where was that page? Remember that I had that extra thing on that I had already made one? It's a blank page, a totally blank page. But anyway, I have, oh, there it is. I have something that I'm going to make in the next video that will go perfectly on this page. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.